Alright, welcome to part 4 of Gwyn's Guide to Greater Howling Abyss. This is Ancient Titan Musperosa. And for this fight, let's start off with this guy's gigantic and cleaves like any other dragon. Also, he has a tail swipe, but his tail swipe covers his entire body. This fight sucks for melee. I recommend all ranged, but we have 2 melee, it ends up working. The first thing to notice is these lights that he throws out every so often. Those lights will cause damage to you if you are standing on one when you disappear, and it's virtually a one-shot mechanic. It does a very, very heavy amount of damage, but it is also extremely easy to dodge. Then you'll see these lights that get on people, and those people have to run and grab a shield out of a corner of the room and then use it and stand near anyone else who has that beam going to them. This is called Musperosa's Witness, and he will channel it and petrify anyone who doesn't grab a shield. If even one person grabs a shield that has the channel on them, they will petrify Musperosa instead. Some people will opt to skip this mechanic as the petrify causes Musperosa to take less damage, so you can actually keep a higher DPS if, say, your healers are the ones getting frozen. For this fight, we usually keep wandering around the room trying to find the nearest shields, and the shields will spread to nearby allies, so usually myself and the other healer will go and bring shields to the other players if necessary. The last mechanic of note is that Musperosa will occasionally drag the entire room into him. What this will do is it will actually queue him up for a rampage that will hurt anyone around him. He'll start by doing a huge cleave in front of him and then a tail swipe, so it's best to get away after one of those rather than using the opportunity to catch back up to him. For anyone playing a bard during the time, Quick Step is probably your best bet for helping the group get away. Then here you can see he does his cannon attack. That goes out in a cone in front of him. If you're on top of him, that is melee range. That will not hit you. If you're about midway across the room to fully across the room from him, then it will actually very close to one-shot you. There's his chain mechanic. And then last is Untauntable. Untauntable is that skin you see on him. It looks like he adds orangish lines to his scales. And what these orange lines indicate is that he can't be taunted, and he does a vastly increased amount of damage. During this time, you have to grab a Triste secret weapon from one of the weapon stands in the room and fire it at him with the reactive you gain to stun him, and this will also remove the buff. Other than that, Musperosa is a fairly simple fight. Just keep away from Musperosa himself if you are ranged, and if you are melee, watch out for things like the tail swipe that goes back then front, and then occasionally he'll do a full swing, and then that was Musperosa's rampage. Melee need to avoid that as well. It only goes forward. And really, the setup we use is the same as others. We use 1 bard, 1 healer, 2 melee, and 1 mage as our group, and occasionally I will switch to a mage so that we have 2 damage and lack a bard. I hope you guys enjoyed the GHA series. This was Ancient Titan Musperosa, and it is Gwynblade signing off.